Hello and welcome back for part 21 of the Von Carstein Lord and Hero Only campaign. So up here in the north we've got Dreicher's pretty powerful army, possibly chasing us around, or possibly going to head back to Mordheim, not sure. I was going to have Isabella come attack Vertbad and help out Vlad, so switch this lord for Vlad, go after Vertbad. I think I probably still will do that. We've also got a new set of heroes I'm recruiting here, which I think I want to have the option of attacking Valdenhof next turn. So looking at the troops I have here, I mean it is most of a stack, but they're actually depleted because they just occupy the territory and they're not getting much replenishment. So I'm thinking having the option to go take them out next turn, depending on obviously what Dreicher and other enemies do, would be nice. Yeah, so I don't need to walk very far, I can just sort of stand here.
Ready.
And go into ambush stance.
Good, this will do.
Expand Sylvania's borders.
Yeah, you're definitely going into the army.
I ascent, Unde Ascendant.
That's fine.
I will alone.
You dare! So be it.
Who shall we destroy?
And we've got a rank 10 Necromancer here, who I think I'll...
Master.
Alright, well what am I doing with him? So... I don't need another Necromancer with Isabella's army, because Isabella already handles the Lure of Vampires magic.
Darkness
So...
comes.
let's just strengthen this army as much as possible. Obviously these characters are lower level, except for this guy. So, I mean, this Necromancer can still carry us pretty hard, because he has fully upgraded Wind of Death, Arcane Conduit and so on. But I think throwing an extra hero in here, rather than on Isabella's side, probably
Who
does
shall
make
we
sense.
destroy?
Got this Necromancer here as well. Yeah, have him head up north. Okay, we took out all the Skaven on this side and took Cragmere, but now we need to get around to Carreg Dromar and finish them off. So if I force march all the way around to here,
Deliver it unto me.
should be able to do that next turn, which is good. It's actually slower going through this way by a reasonable amount. Yeah, so they've got some troops recruiting here.
Impossible.
I'm not particularly concerned about them.
Ready. An intriguing play. Strike out.
Alright, just grab my
Darkness.
vampire rank ups here as well. Not sure exactly what the best option is between leadership and melee attack for this extra point I need before advancing further up the chain. I'll just go for melee attack, I think. Alright, and this Necromancer, I think it's either just Grave Ward or he's got everything up that way. Yeah, Grave Ward or a second point in Invocation of Nehek. Let's go for the Invocation. Alright, and you are just finishing off more combat points, great. It's still hard to believe that we're pretty early in this campaign, like it's not even turn 40. It's partly is just the contrast between this campaign and the Malekith one, which I'm sort of recording, like alternating one day at a time. Because that campaign's a lot more, a lot less happens each turn, and I get through the turns around twice as fast even. But yeah, not even at turn 40, and it feels like it's been a lot longer than that. I mean, I do have a lot of pretty high level heroes. Like, yeah, I have heroes around rank 30, which is some indication of just how many battles I've been fighting.
It is night.
So this Necromancer is my scout, and I think I want him to
Move. Follow
just
me.
keep an eye on anything that might be coming up from this way, but don't see anything. That's great.
Go.
Look on me and despair.
Let's have you just
Hunting.
move over this way. So no troops in Vertbad except the Garrison. Okay. It'd be great to grab this. We'd occupy it at rank 3 and pick up some of these buildings. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, it's half a stack over this way, but I'm not very scared about that. Now, I will have to force march Isabella in, but I'm willing to do that, I think.
Your king.
Okay, well, you'll be back at some point to get up to rank 4, but for now... your services are not required. I would like to order one Vladimir, please.
The world will drown in blood. I want their souls.
Alright, it's pretty weak garrison. I don't think there should be any problem here. Even with
Bring them
Isabella
death.
coming in on force march. Gonna be, starting the battle a bit low on HP from the attrition, but regeneration will fix that.
Blood. Massacre them.
There we go. Now the odds are way more in my favour. I think I'll fight this manually. Just make sure I don't have too much damage taken on any character. They only have two missile units, so I think they're just going to be falling victim to our magic over the walls. Then, we run up and deal with what's left. Of course, I do plan to deal with Dreicher and beat her army again. It's just it doesn't feel like a great situation for doing that. I really want her army to either be in force march, or take more attrition damage, or me be able to bring more troops to bear at once, basically.
Master of the undead.
So I'm willing to be a little patient, concede territory on the outskirts of my empire, or whatever we're calling it, as necessary.
It shall be so.
I serve my sire.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I am immortal.
So be it.
Vampire. I will not sire thee.
Okay, so this is the army with only these 2 vampires who actually have
Understood.
Arcane Conduit, and then everyone else is a Shadow Vampire.
Your desire? Blood frenzy.
Alright.
All shall bow before me. By Van Hell!
Yeah, we're going to get shot a bit by the towers as we come in, but it won't be very much damage. Obviously I have lots of magic.
What do you want?
So Vlad has his magic sword with the Wind Blast, but I only have the 1 scroll of stone on Isabella, so that should be more than enough.
Blood von Carstein!
Yeah, no point
With
standing in the fire range of that tower. Of course they can maneuver their troops around to get this tower firing too, which I'm sure they're about to do, but yeah, alright. Well, in that case,
On death's wings!
yeah, I kind of
With haste!
slightly messed this up, having them walk backwards and forwards. It's alright. So we've got handgunners here. Yeah, let's just hang out right at the edge of the map. Heal up as necessary and make plans for exactly how to go about this. Okay, good. Out of the fiery arc. Great. So I don't think I necessarily need to drop any magic up on the walls here, because we'll get straight into melee with these handgunners as we climb the ladders. They're not going to be able to get off many shots at us at all. I think a Wind of Death along these 3 infantry units is probably the most profitable. Okay, where are you, Isabella? Because I thought you'd been range at that. Okay, I guess I just cast it from the other side, no problem. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. More or less just took out all 3 units.
Hungry for blood!
Isabella.
Okay, they do have 1 unit of great swords left, but yeah, halberdiers have kept back there for some reason. But yeah, we'll just head up the walls, and they're not going to be able to stop us. Let's let send Vlad up, just because he's the one who's not on force march.
Bow before me.
Necromancer.
Find me if you dare. Yes. Isabella von Carstein.
Yeah, so the handgunners can come over here and try and get some shots off, but they're going to have a Vlad to deal with very shortly.
Vampire. Tremble, mortals.
There we go.
Blood von Carstein!
Guess I may as well just... well... oh, I should have had Isabella hold back.
Necromancer.
Yeah, I don't actually have a caster who can do the Wind of Death on the great swords. That's fine though.
Crush the breathers.
Okay, if they bring the great swords up onto the walls, I will drop the Assault of Stone.
Blood von Carstein!
Yeah, that is what they're doing. Okay, I'll also drop this melee debuff on top of them.
Bring death!
Hide. We need blood.
Also got,
We are the new order.
yeah, also a bit of shades and so on for extra AoE magic, but we don't really need that at this point. Yeah, so everyone just needs to try and deal with these great swords.
His lady.
Blood von Carstein!
Blood kiss. So be it.
Now.
I will. Swiftly.
Necromancer.
Guess that ability actually applies the debuff even up on the walls, so may as well use it. Alright, get in there, Mr. White King.
Queen of darkness.
Yeah, more or less just wait at this point and
Yes,
win the
awake,
battle.
minions.
Understood.
This doesn't target the wall, right? No. Yeah, and their Empire Captain hasn't joined in the battle. He's the only one who's really able to do much damage to us, I think. The stats on Isabella's... Yeah, the vampires in Isabella's army get such a melee boost that they're really not taking damage here, even from the great swords. Yeah, handgun is basically wiped out. And we've got these halberdiers, great swords who are bravely fighting. No, great swords are pulled back, alright.
Yes?
Fight men! Fight for our right to live!
Alright, to make sure we're able to take out the general. Looks like they got the armor losses. Good.
Vampire.
I am busy.
Alright, make sure everyone's healed up to full, which they should pretty much be. Yeah. So I'll occupy the settlement with Vlad, then I'll have him move out the city and have Isabella actually stand inside it. Probably don't need to do that. Her army is on forced march, so having the walls as a protection is slightly useful. Drycha can't reach us. That was one nice thing about just the positioning. She's going to be too far away. It's tempted to go for this extra money, but I think I want to take this kind of intact, or as intact as possible. Forbidden Rod. Okay, it's an interesting item. Yep, so no sign of any other Empire armies.
The von Carstein.
I have Vlad stand here, Isabella stand here. Helps also a bit with the public order. Yep. And one more rank up before I get 3 or 4 more copies of Arcane Conduit, which is great. You need Wind of Death. You already have all of that. Yep. Okay, the White King has every fighting upgrade here, except leadership, which I don't think is needed. Guess I can grab Barded Steed as an option. Okay, nice. So what do we actually pick up?
Shall know me
Oh,
and tremble.
do level up on Vlad first. Yeah, so I was working along improving Vlad's personal combat skills. I think that means just grabbing more armor. Yep. So we picked up resource building. That's not bad. 5 public order. It's very, very nice to have that actually. Trade resources, which aren't useful now, but might eventually be. And then we have this, which lets us recruit... Ah, interesting. That lets us recruit Vargeists. Right. And that's not a building I want long term, because obviously not really allowing Vargeists to do any fighting, but I am allowing them for this quest of Vlad's, for the von Carstein ring. So I just need to recruit 3 of them into Vlad's army.
King of Darkness.
Disband them at the start of next turn. Alright, that works. Oh, 2 turns to recruit. Dope. That is a bummer. Okay, I think there's almost no chance I want to have Vlad stand still for 2 turns. So forget that.
I thirst.
Join me for dinner.
I'll keep this building around though, so I can do that later, I think. No need to demolish it right now. Okay, so over here, go for extra defenses, or I could go for slightly more public order, or corruption. I think those are all... Well, I think corruption and extra defenses are probably the best option. Let's just take a quick look at the garrison. Yeah, just crypt ghouls, zombies, and bats. Do have a vampire in the garrison, which is something, but overall it's very weak. And this would get us Vargeist, Graveguard, Crypt Ghouls, which is a decent upgrade. Yeah, I certainly can't imagine, just given how the pace of the campaign has been, I can't imagine making a sudden land grab and grabbing a lot more territory here, so assuming I keep hold of Vertbad, which isn't even guaranteed, it's going to be on the border for some time. So with that in mind, I think I'll go for the extra fortifications. And yeah, leave those two buildings for now. I guess the walls are slightly damaged, but that's fine. So everything's finished down here. Yeah, Fort Oberstein is looking a bit vulnerable. I think it is possible that Dreicher uses the basically the underway stance. I know it's called something different for the Wood Elves, but it's basically the same thing.
Wish, master.
Forest paths or whatever. She could pop up here and then go after the fort. But if she does that, I have the option of cancelling these buildings next turn, so it's not like I'm wasting the money. And for sure, nobody's going to be able to launch an attack this turn. So that looks reasonable to do. Yeah, it's probably just defenses here, honestly. Just having walls, like a few times having walls in Schwarzhafen has really helped. Despite the fact that I've often had like troops pretty close to it, just not, you know, the fact it can't be taken in a single turn by most armies is a big deal.
More sleep shines.
Okay, so you've moved, don't need to do any more building here. For Old Mordheim I'm basically abandoning. Yeah, it's not actually revolting yet, but there'll be another revolt here. Kind of hope Dreicher just comes back up to attack Mordheim rather than moving any further down this way. Okay, so what do I want from this White King? I have a bit of a question about troops coming from this side, but they're not going to be doing anything to me. So let's maybe just check for a second army of Ostland, especially if I'm making the attack on Waldenhof. Looks clear, great. So I have a choice at this point for where to bring in another Scroll of Stone, or my third Scroll of Stone. I think the answer is going to be on this Vampire Lord. Yeah, somebody else can take care of Black Cat duties. Oh, I'm sorry, that was dumb. Yeah. It's not like it's a follower. Okay, there it is. Give this guy some buffs. Yeah, so that gives me basically one Scroll of Stone associated with every hero stack or half stack, which I think is a reasonable way to do it. Vladil still has some of his equipment from before. I guess I gave his armor away. That's fine. He doesn't... Frankly, he doesn't really need extra magic items. I should try and actually make sure everyone here has the public order followers though. Just because this is an area where low public order could be a nuisance later. Yeah, it actually makes a pretty substantial difference just equipping all these. You already have them. Because it's, yeah, like Restless Spirit plus Black Cat, that's 2 public order per, okay, they're all assigned. Yeah, that's 2 public order per hero. So looking at this, like, characters are plus 11. It definitely helps make up for lack of corruption. Alright, I think that's everything here. Maybe just check if I have any more heroes to recruit. 21 vampires. Oh, I have another necromancer. Okay. See what's available for the necromancers. Master of the Black Arts. Yeah. So I was thinking I'd use necromancers a lot more than I have. It feels like 1 per army is about what I want, and then having a few to scout is nice. But the ones to scout, I really want the knowledgeable trait, so I'm still getting a benefit of them when they're wandering the world. Alright, all that said, I'm fine to just go for the Master of Black Arts.
I will not betray you.
Pretty soon I'll be, yeah, grabbing a new technology, increasing the hero rank for necromancers and vampires. That would be great. Damage building, yeah, I'm not repairing that. Damage building here I'm also not repairing. I'm almost certainly going to abandon this region. I'm not looking to just hang out here and increase corruption. I need these troops somewhere else, so yeah, someone else can probably come and occupy these, but at least I'll have cleaned out the potential threat of the Skaven. Alright, that all looks good. Do I want another army or another lord? That's the only question. Yeah, it's going to put us slightly into the red. The reason to do that, or the main reason to do that, of course, would be to try and get another lord up to Child of Night. So someone, is anyone rank 3 already? No. Not that I can recruit. Okay. In that case, let's hold off.
Deliver your missive and then get from my presence.
Okay, can probably get a peace treaty with Sterling, but I don't want that at this stage. I actually want to wipe them out completely.
All right. Deliver your missive and then get from.
I think the way this campaign's gone, I just have to annihilate enemies. Making peace treaties is not really the way forward. Okay, this is a good result for me, I think. You can blow it more time, that's fine. This kind of lets me just deal with Stelland and then bring Isabella up to join with Eugene's army here, and both those armies together should be able to deal with Dreicher. I'm just a bit wary of those 4 treemen. They're just so difficult to take on. Oh, I just had my White King wounded. Alright, well, that's not ideal, but it's okay. This army of Fizenland is still raiding Averheim, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, public order's not too bad. Okay.
I am unstoppable.
Oh, it looks like we can reach Flensburg and potentially wipe out Sterland for good here. That would be great.
Countess of Sylvania.
Got that rank up first.
I will not betray you.
Maybe just have this Necromancer scout down to here first. We'd have to be a pretty strong army to kind of come out of the fog of war and actually cause me trouble, but no harm in being careful. Yeah, not too far away now from Altdorf. There is a risk. I think we actually, yeah, we end up with a border of Reichland because they have Grunberg down here. if we take Flensburg. Okay, well, if I want to minimize the chance of Reichland declaring war on me, I think I just raise Flensburg. On the other hand, I'm going to war with Reichland at some point anyway. They already have a number of enemies. They're not the late game powerhouse that Reichland often becomes, so I don't think that's I don't think that's enough incentive to be cautious here. I think I just want to take Flensburg and occupy it, try to hold on to this province. Okay.
By Sigma, no.
So you've got one lord outside the settlement, then you've got this army inside, plus 14 units. Okay. So I'm sensing...
Devourer of light.
Could go for lightning strike with Isabella. Yeah, just have to make sure I use Vlad to attack the town again because it does have the walls. But that's okay.
Von Carstein.
And make sure I take this guy off his barded skeletal steed.
I am darkness.
Unstoppable.
Alright, so I don't... Vlad stand here. Or here, whichever.
Cloaked in darkness.
Then I'll make the attack against the guy outside the settlement. If they stand and fight, we'll just fight them in the field. I think that's totally fine. Yeah. So I could lightning strike here. Oh no, I'm sorry. Do I not have lightning strike on Isabella? Huh. Guess I don't. Anyway, I was thinking I have the option of lightning striking and just killing this lord while he's on his own, but frankly I don't think there's any need to do that. So we're looking at pretty basic, numerous but basic units in the garrison, no knights, no great swords, and the actual reinforcing army has quite a few handgunners, Empire Captain, this guy who I've fought several times, and war wagons and mortars, which don't really do anything. Yeah, I think I'm fine to just take this on, fight them all at once. Planning to do massive damage to their infantry with Wind of Death before we engage, and then the usual tactic of just getting into a big melee clump and using magic plus just the vampire's melee abilities to see it out from there. I think it should be fine.
Tremble, mortals! He's slain.
Get Vlad up here.
Necromancer.
The von Carstein's march! Your desire? Neferata's hide! Vampire!
Your will.
Alright, speed this up a little. There's Vlad. Okay, I guess it's not really clear how they're deploying here. Looks like we should be able to, yeah, get up to this little ridge before being shot. And I don't mind Isabella taking a little fire. Yeah, we're going to get shot at by the mortars, but it's not going to do a whole lot. I'll put her on top of the hill, then find a nice angle for the Wind of Death. Maybe just along these handgunners is good. Ooh, we're really coming into a whole mass of gunfire there. Okay, let's see if we can debuff their Lord and Hero. Those mortars are going to be doing a ton of damage to their own stuff, which I feel is something I say every time the AI decides to turn out with mortars. Probably do with trying to focus down their captain a little more effectively. He's almost dead. Yeah, I think we just... that more or less did it.
As long as we draw breath, they will die.
I mean, their infantry got completely wrecked already between the magic and their own mortars, so...
Lord of the dead.
Life is a fate.
Yeah, Necromancer's taking a little bit of damage here. Should be okay if I focus down their most dangerous units. Still got enough magic for some more healing. Nice thing here is we actually get 2 battles out of this, admittedly with the slight inconvenience of having to storm the walls next time. So the double battle is just good for extra experience and money and so on, or mainly experience. Yeah, Necromancer did hit the healing cap. Don't think the battle's going to be lasting too much longer.
See them tremble! Endless night!
Okay, they still have a reasonable amount of missile troops. So maybe... oh, that's
Isabella von Carstein!
yeah, that's Wind of Death if I've ever seen one.
We are immortal! All life must end! I am
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff left, but a lot of it's just missile units. We need to just stay in melee.
Blood von Carstein.
what? Very well! Death is coming! For my lord husband!
Bring death.
We are the new order!
That didn't cast for some reason.
Magic!
There we go.
Slaughter them!
Okay, looks like leadership penalties are coming in.
Still my beating heart.
There we go. Okay. So, a little bit of more damage than I can regenerate, but overall that was fine. Yeah, wiped out the majority of their forces. There won't be really won't be much left to stop me taking the city. Okay, and I killed this guy. I forgot about that during the battle, but that's actually kind of important because if he'd survived and retreated, it would have actually stopped me from finishing, you know, wiping Stellan out completely this turn. But not to worry, because we did get him. Okay. Fencer's Blade, Corpse Thief, alright.
All shall know me and tremble.
Okay, so now Vlad comes in.
No mercy.
Yeah, this looks good.
Death and destruction.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so Lightning Strike's way down at the end of Isabella's skill tree. Okay. Sure, I think I should work towards that. That was what I was doing before, I'm pretty sure. Siege hold at time I really don't care about at all. This does nothing. So boosting growth versus boosting corruption. I'll go for the boosting growth. It's easier to pick up the corruption. All the vampire heroes have access to that after all. Oh, and I think now I just get a ton of, or 3 more arcane conduits. That's really nice. Not like lack of a magic was a problem, but
Shed their blood.
in any case, more is always good. Yeah, Vlad has lightning strike, that's right. Pretty tempted to auto-resolve this. We'll replenish over the end turn. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Oof. Oh, wow. Okay, note to self, don't do that again, because this is almost very bad. Yeah, like I say, we will replenish over the end turn. It should be okay, but I didn't appreciate how close I was to actually losing the Necromancer. And let's go ahead and just occupy. Ah, sweet music to my ears. Faction destroyed. Stellan have been obliterated. Yep. And another giant blade. Great. Yeah, I mean, they've been one of my enemies basically from right at the beginning of the campaign. They're one of the first Empire factions to declare war on me. So, getting rid of them for good is a great feeling.
Yes.
Okay, Vlad picks up Bloodlust. Nice. So, that was good. Let's do the same trick again, having Isabella actually stand in Flensburg. Oh, unless I can actually force march back to Vertbad. Yeah.
More mausoleums.
Okay, I kind of like the sound of that. Lets me get up to back towards Needling, back towards Dreicher. I don't think this army is going to be able to fight Dreicher on its own. That was certainly not what I was planning to do here.
This better be important.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so this army is going to be very close to full strength. It's too bad they didn't stay in Waldenhof, because then I could attack them. I could still attack them, but not sure that's a great idea. Yeah, so Dreicher can't really make it across this river. Not sure which direction she'll head in.
The nation calls.
Let's have a look at Visnant here.
Party with the dead.
So at War of Clan Spiddle, at War of Crooked Moon. I don't particularly want to fight them because that would bring in the Golden Order too, so basically it'd just be another half dozen cities and stuff in the south to try and deal with. So I think, despite the fact that Isabel is now right here, I don't think I want to actually do anything about this silly raiding army. They'll, yeah, they'll get what's coming to them eventually, don't worry. So in Flensburg, we've got this building, which is absolutely useless this campaign, and then defenses, which is good to have, so that looks okay. Yeah, Flag can't move, but he can come up next turn, that's fine. Okay, so I have to decide what to do up this way, but let's just hold off on that and try and finish up the Skaven. Yeah, it'd be nice to actually wipe out 2 factions in 1 turn, which I think I can probably do here. Well, possibly not. Skaven might might retreat.
This better be important.
Okay, first things first, extra rank up. Which means another point here. Yeah, we don't need the Hellsteeds. So how do I want to do this? I've got Lightning Strike. Yeah, I've got Lightning Strike on this Lord. Okay, what exactly is going on here? Oh, they've got a chieftain who they just haven't got in an army. Well, that's unfortunate for them.
Foolish, stupid. Master of this clan. Lord of all you. No. This suits my cause.
So I could just come attack the city directly, fight all the Skaven at once, and there'd be very little left over because only this lot and this guy could possibly have a chance of surviving. Well, plus the chieftain, but that's okay.
The true von Carstein.
Yeah, I think that's
Fine.
my plan here.
What do you want?
Okay, so Vlad. Actually, no, I wouldn't do that.
March. She's impudence.
Oh, I've slightly messed up the positioning here, I think.
My bloodline calls.
Yeah, it's not space passed. Okay, you launch this attack then.
Plain war.
Alright, so they're gonna stand and fight. I'm inclined to just auto-resolve this. I mean, they've got a few heroes, I guess, but all their units are low tier. They're not gonna be dangerous to me at all. Yeah, I just said I shouldn't auto-resolve, and I thought that the damage I took on the Necromancer was because of it being a siege battle, but I guess in this case he took a lot of damage too. It looks like he did survive though. He went to 0 HP in the battle but didn't die, but that was lucky. Alright, well, so reassessment, don't auto-resolve basically ever.
Strike out.
Yes, he survived with 53 HP. But that did achieve what I wanted, and now I can simply take out Carrick Droma, and also do a lot of, get a lot of hit points back on these guys. So, Alborash, I was working along the spell line here, yep. Okay, you're up to Immortal Will, that's great. Yeah, you could pick up a Corpse Cut, but I actually don't really need that. Rather just get missile resistance. Okay, so for you, got melee attack or weapon strength. Sure, let's go weapon strength. Yeah, basically the same choice here. Okay, and we are slowly closing in on a zombie dragon for Manfred, which is kind of why I'm still trying to prioritize leveling him up. Okay, so I get to grab the Purple Sun, which is good. Yeah, must remember I don't have Lightning Strike on Manfred, but that's unlikely to come up as an issue, I think. Okay, so Manfred doesn't have enough movement to actually launch the attack on the settlement.
Impress me.
But you do. Oh, okay, we already wiped out their army. Alright, fair enough. So we just want to loot and occupy this, I believe. We're not going to hold this territory. We may even abandon it this very turn. So let's just make money. And another faction destroyed. Nice. Well, they weren't our enemies for anywhere near as long as the Stirland, but having them down here in the south, just pumping out Skaven corruption, was an annoyance.
What do you want?
Okay, we've got this building we can demolish. 1200. And public order's very bad, obviously, but that's fine. Let's also demolish this. Yeah, so I think I'm going to simply abandon this region. Because the corruption's already over 30%, I'm pretty sure that the Skaven won't re-emerge as a faction, they'll just be a generic Skaven revolt. And I don't particularly care if they blow up the settlement.
What?
Yeah, I was hoping to get a second battle here to actually get healing on the Necromancer, but he won't be at like 53 HP next turn at least.
This better be important.
Yeah, because I think the alternative, if I was trying to actually hold this region, I'd be fighting multiple revolts, I'd have to build these settlements up, I'd at some point need to take Zufbar off the dwarves, and I don't really want to start that war for... I mean, I did this to have one fewer threat slash enemy, not to make new ones, right?
I hunt.
I'm just thinking... Yeah, so we'll have a revolt not next turn, but the turn after. I think that means I might not be able to abandon both settlements before the revolt army appears, but I don't care about that. I'm making money off selling the buildings, that's the main thing.
Yes.
Okay, so everything is good here. Not exactly sure what I want those forces to do in the near term, but I can decide that. Just have a quick check of what I rolled for that new Necromancer. Got Dread Incarnate. Okay, Dread Incarnate's better than a lot of the stuff I have,
Do
including...
you need fresh troops?
No, that's actually not the worst, but this guy just has Perceptive,
Who shall we
right?
destroy?
Yeah, Perceptive I don't really rate. So I need to...
It is night.
Yeah, it's kind of a case of getting rid of the Necromancer with the worst trait. So tough, I normally wouldn't really rate very highly, but because of the issues with the Necromancers in my army surviving, I don't think tough is actually the worst.
This night.
So I think I'll just go to this guy. Go for Dread Incarnate, recruited from here.
I I will not betray you.
I haven't had the opportunity to stack up Dread Incarnate this campaign, but that's something I'd like to have the option to do at least.
Ready.
Okay, I think over here, because Dreicher's army's right there, I'm gonna just play it safe, pull back to Castle Drakenhof, or Temple Half. I have walls in Eschen, so this army can't, like, come easily grab it off me.
What do you want?
Guess I don't... Okay, you know what? I forgot Dreicher can't make it across the water this turn.
More sleep shines.
So no, I think where I was standing was actually okay.
Agreed for now.
Okay, you've almost got immortality, which is nice. Ah, yes, and you're Dread Incarnate too. Great. Don't need Curse of Years, don't need this stuff. Another point of invocations, good.
I will not betray you.
Okay, and this Necromancer can come up to join this army as well. Yeah, I'm not doing anything about this building, so I think that is everything.
Who shall we destroy?
Yeah, there's no army currently in Grunberg. I don't think Reichland will declare war on us immediately. We'll see. Alright, Clan Mulder in the north, going after Ostermark and Ostland. Oh, and Dreicher's at war with Ostland and Ostermark. Oh, that's so good. I didn't see whether she actually went to blow up one of her settlements, but their settlements, but it looks like that maybe she did. Yeah, that really helps that they're fighting one another. Because previously, Dreicher was just at war with like me plus the orcs up north. But the fact that, yeah, the fact that they're fighting each other is really nice. Okay. Also grabbed this chapter objective for a bonus 7,000 money, which is always nice. And I have the rank up for Necromancers and Vampires. Great. Okay, seems like a pretty good place to stop for this episode. I'm not sure what Manfred and Aborash will go after next in terms of other enemies. Vlad and Isabel, I think, head more to the north, and I'll make a kind of double army push against Dreicher, Telebachland, Ostland, try and wipe out some other enemies. But that's for next time. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you for part 22.